So the first thing I want to say is how come YouTube has no longer become YouTube? It is now corporate tube, elite tube, the billionaires tube. They only seem to cater to what? The big corporations. Well, of course it's money. Yeah, I understand that. You go where the money is. Small guy like me isn't making you billions of dollars in ad revenue, but neither does PewDiePie. PewDiePie, one of the biggest ones, and T-Series, which is a lot more serious than PewDiePie, by the way. But those two make a lot of money for YouTube. But the reality of it is they cater to the bigger CNBC, NBC, ABC, all those big news ones. And they cater to all of these large companies already. If you don't already know, our entire world is owned by the companies. I mean, in 1984, the movie is coming out to play in our real lives. But let's talk a little bit more. I have a whole lot of topics to cover real quick, and a lot of this has to do with our rights and our freedoms and all of this, and on YouTube. This is my second channel. This is my channel that's just for fun. I do it for fun because I love money. I love being financially free. Think about this. I used to work 90 hours a week, and I used to not care about the rest of the world or even what else was going on in America. I cared about what happened in my four walls, in my restaurant, all these years, and said, I don't really care about anything else. And even with that, so much stuff that has gone on has seeped in to me, and I've noticed that the media only tells you 4 or 5% of what's going on in the world. They don't tell you the other 95, and then part of that 95 is so heinous that you can't believe it. It's unbelievable. If you were living before World War I and then somebody told you World War I happened, you would have never believed it. If you were living before World War II and somebody told you World War II happened, you would have never believed it. If you lived in 2001 and 9/11 happened, you would have never believed it. That's a fact because I lived through it and I did not believe it. And I was in shock, didn't believe it. I actually didn't understand it. Well, I understand it now. Many people truly understand it now. Some people need to go to prison for 9/11 that never have. And it's going to happen. A lot of people chastise Trump. See, I didn't understand at first why we're taking paper-thin or razor-thin allegations to a president of a United States. Why are these people taking this, like this far stretch, and actually impeach him? On top of that, how is an impeached president not taken out of office? Because it's bull crap. The Democrats are absolutely, completely, and totally terrified of Trump. But why would any politician be terrified of another politician? Because we know politicians are corrupt. In fact, if you're a politician and you're not corrupt, you don't make it. But Trump's not a politician. We all know that. We know what he says and how he acts. It's not political. He's not smooth and refined like Obama. The DNC trained Obama. Obama was the DNC guy that was under training. Nobody in the entire world heard of Obama until he started running. Like, it was like, who's this guy? I went to a state. Yeah, we heard of him last year. This guy that was a community organizer all of a sudden became president. You know, that shocked me, and I thought about it for a while. Actually, I was working, I'm working in a restaurant, and I help make orders, and I deal with 6,000 people and all this. But so in the snapshots, in between all of this work that I did, I'm like, how does somebody out of nowhere come along and just take it? He's cool. Obama exudes cool. Obama is smooth. Obama says everything precisely right. And today, his tweets are perfect. Obama's tweets are perfect. In fact, you know, I don't like his policy, and I don't agree with any single policy he put out there. Like, none of them. Love his tweets, though. I love what Obama has to say. I'm infatuated with the perfection of his tweets. It's so awesome. They're so perfectly perfect. Now, Hillary Clinton, on the other hand, is the other spectrum. She is a horrible politician. She's never been a good politician. By all... I can't believe she made it through her first year of politics. And I actually believe her first year of politics, she meant to do well. I didn't think she meant to be, you know, eating up on little kids and stuff. But the reality of it is she is heinous. Like, I didn't know at first why I could not stand hearing her voice or her talk, or her points made no sense. And now all she does is bash Trump. She's terrified of Trump because Trump's going to take her down. I mean, Trump's going to make sure she committed high treason 7, 8, 9, 10 times, and high treason is death. And so there it is. Capital punishment for Hillary Clinton. She should have died a decade ago. I don't know why she's still alive. But moving past all of this, I have a list here of things to talk about. Now, there are videos on YouTube that are getting taken down every day. I'm going to mirror those. I mean, that's all I got to say. I don't give a crap. I mean, YouTube is, first off, this channel makes no money, but YouTube is 1/1,000,000% of my revenue. So if my other channel gets cannibalized over this, fine. I have 11 other channels that will talk about it in depth. And I think that would actually make millions for me. If YouTube shut me down, I would be a multimillionaire just off of the videos talking about how YouTube shut me down. I mean, that's that. And of course, I've already discussed the impeachment process. But when you look at all of this, there's this whole thing about Q. If you know what Q is, then you know what Q is. If you don't, you don't. The deep state, if you know what that is, then you know what it is, you don't, whatever. The video that I just uploaded explains it all. I do want to talk about a few things, and whether or not Q is true and Q is false, which it doesn't matter. It makes for some interesting, stimulating videos to watch. And when you watch those videos, you piece together events that have happened in the past. And these events that happened in the past have no explanation, but the correlations cannot be denied. I mean, there is absolutely no denial to the correlations. You can't deny it. I mean, I'm sorry, I'm flesh and blood and a human being, and a human being can't deny something in your face. 1 equals 1. These are 2 fingers up in your face. Can you deny that? No. Pedophile symbol, pedophile symbol. You can't deny that when you see pedophile symbols all over all of these things that the video outlines. Now, of course, I'm keeping this video a lot censored because if YouTube takes this video down, of course, I keep a backup of every video. I would upload this video with a precursor, a postcursor, and then 7 other videos explaining why it got taken down. And I would go a lot deeper. Of course. Now, there's also the Second Amendment. You know, we are allowed to arm ourselves. And there will never be a day in the United States of America, especially not in Oklahoma, where I live, that you can't arm yourself. I mean, Oklahoma is an open carry state. Most people in Oklahoma carry a sidearm. And a handful of them, of course, have one on their ankle. And then, of course, there's 6, 7, 8, 9 in their house. I mean, that's just Oklahoma. That's almost every household in Oklahoma. There are more guns in Oklahoma than any other state. And so with that, we are heavily protected by ourselves. So, you know, with this whole I'm scared that somebody's going to come take me out because I talk about this stuff. Oklahoma's the safest place, by the way. Anyway, moving past all of that, I'm a citizen of the United States. And even if I don't, maybe, what if I don't believe everything that's going on in the queue? I believe a few things, but not everything. I'm still a citizen, and I think that you should be open your mind. Make the decisions yourself and do the research yourself. But I've done some research, and the fact that, well, I live in Oklahoma, there's a lot of military bases. In 24 years in the restaurant industry, I've noticed something. I know a lot of officers with high-level clearance, and these officers have seen, for whatever reason, Anthony Weiner's laptop. And something on Anthony Weiner's laptop has made officers who have been battle-worn for decades cry like babies. Literally cry like babies. I said that in my last video. One of my last videos. What? Did Anthony Weiner got taken up on charges of what? He had sex with an underage girl. I don't know any officer that could watch a video of Anthony Weiner showing off his penis or some underage girl naked that would make them cry. I mean, that... Okay, whatever. But I can tell you right now, cutting children's faces off, drinking their blood, stabbing into their eye to get the adrenochrome, that would make me cry. They would not tell me what's on there. They would not. So if that's what's on there, that would probably make me cry. I've only cried 3 times in my whole life, and one was when Trump was elected, so if that's where my mindset is, that's where my mindset is. So, moving past that, where the heck did episode 5, 7, 9, and 10 go? So, I uploaded a video half hour ago. I'm going to upload this one shortly. All this is unedited. I don't care. Where on earth did those videos go? I can tell you right now, I am on the lookout. When those videos come back up, I'm going to steal them off of YouTube and re-upload them myself. Why? Because I feel it's my civic duty. And if YouTube keeps taking them down because they're scared, what are they scared of? What's Google scared of? Well, Google pays your salary. Psst. 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 I get crumbs from Google. If they wipe me out, screw them. I don't care. I'm my own man, and I believe in if you don't hold it, you don't own it. And I hold a lot of stuff that I own. 10 Days of Darkness is coming. I mean, it's supposed to happen tomorrow. I might be wasting my time with this video. Oh, let's move on to that. Last thing I want to say, get right with God. If you're not right with God, I mean, if you're out here, worshiping Satan, shame on you. Because your day is coming. That's all I got to say. There's only one God. I looked into a lot of other religions, and I think a lot of other religions think they're worshiping the same deity that Christianity worships for God. Can't link that just yet. That's a much deeper decision. But in the end, I know they're not worshiping the devil. But those of you who do worship the devil and drink the blood of innocent young children, your days are numbered. Like, subscribe.